It's time to get into an age-old debate, especially amongst old heads. Which wrestling game is the best wrestling game on N64, WCW nWo Revenge, or WWF No Mercy? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch and see what these superstars have to say about this, and I'm going to give you guys what my answer is and why I believe that at the end of the video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Let's get into this.
While filming this episode, a debate broke out amongst our superstars. Which wrestling video game was the best? WCW nWo Revenge or No Mercy? Curious to hear their answers? Me too.
Yeah, me too.
So the big debate, which is the better game? WCW nWo Revenge or No Mercy?
If you think that WCW Revenge is better than No Mercy, you're wrong. And we can't be friends.
You got two rival promotions sharing the same game engine.
That's facts.
For that alone, this is history in my hands right here.
Which one was better? I'm gonna go with No Mercy because these were the people that I followed. These were the people that I was so enamored with. So this one.
But the question is, which one is the better game? Not which one is your favorite. Which one is the better game? I get what he's saying.
I grew up a WWE fan. I didn't get into WCW, but I didn't really play No Mercy. I was a Revenge guy.
If you were like the cool kid in school, you played Revenge.
They're both incredible multiplayer, but because of all the different like championship paths and things you can unlock and everything, and obviously the roster, No Mercy is number one.
I feel like this debate tells you everything you need to know about where a person stood in the Monday Night War. So if you're sitting there going, well, I think WCW nWo Revenge is better than No Mercy. Okay, who won the Monday Night Wars? Yeah, exactly.
He has a great point, but for some people that don't apply. I do agree that some people think one game is better than the other based upon which promotion they follow. For me, I watch both. Like my grandma still is to this day. Well, she don't watch it as much as she used to do, but she used to watch wrestling a lot. And we watch both WCW and WWF. Of course, not at the same time. So sometimes we'll switch off. We'll watch WCW one day, then the following week we'll watch WWF. But like, let's say we had WWF going on in her room, then we had WCW going on in another room. And if you want to watch that, you can go watch it over there. Or for the people who watch the WWF, we'll record it on the VCR and then watch it later to see what's going on. So I'm kind of fond of both promotions as far as historically, you know.
We go with No Mercy.
The gameplay is very similar. It's very, very enjoyable. But back then, I wanted to play as Road Dogg. I wanted to play as Viscera.
Tyler Breeze, stop the cap, bro. Stop. There isn't a single soul in this world that was like, I cannot wait to play No Mercy so I can play as Road Dogg or Viscera. Where is he getting this from? Like, is he just trying to be different? Is that what it is? I don't know any. There isn't a person that I remember or I've even heard of who said, I cannot wait to play as Viscera. In fact, most people don't even play as Viscera. The only time that people accidentally play as Viscera is if you do the Royal Rumble and you come out as Viscera in that moment. That goes for Viscera, that goes for Midian. There's so many people that are like that in this game that people just don't pick. The only benefit of having Viscera in the ring, and rest in peace to Viscera, is he's one of the characters like Rikishi and all the other heavy set characters that when you slam them, you gain more towards your special, right? So that's the reason why we use them. We just pick them up and just slam the bigger person, which right now when I think about it, it sounds like bullying, but but that was the benefit. If you could pick them up and slam them, you'll get closer to your special and you could do your finisher if you want to. So yeah, I don't know. Tyler Breeze, that's a weird one right there. I mean, I guess if he likes it, Tyler seems like a genuine guy, but if that's his thing, that's his thing.
I wanted to play as these certain people that were in this game over this game. That's probably the only thing that inches it above.
No Mercy holds such a special place in my heart.
100% just nostalgia in a little black box right here.
This was my favorite cartridge wrestling game.
Karrion Kross want to talk about SmackDown on PS2 so bad. So bad because he kept saying that that's the greatest game of all time. That's why he made it known that that is the best cartridge wrestling game. He waiting for talk about them CDs. That's what he's looking for, them DVDs.
Nothing even came close to this.
No Mercy has a cult following. If they have a Nintendo 64 now, people are still playing this game.
This just feels good in my hands again. I wish I had like an N64 to plug it into right now.
This is the grail. This is the one they put on top of any other wrestling game that's ever been made.
That's pretty interesting. It looked like they put a patch over the WWF logo on that cartridge. which I get why they did it. But I was like, why does it look different? But I just noticed that part. So for me, honestly, personally, for one, I want to say this is an odd comparison because I think what would be a more fitting comparison is to compare WCW NWO Revenge to WrestleMania 2000. But I get that on both promotions that these are the two most popular games in wrestling in that generation of consoles. But for me, I would have to go with WWF No Mercy. And the main reason is that it has so much more content than WCW versus WCW NWO Revenge does. That's the biggest reason. You know, you got creator wrestler, you got cage matches, you got unlockables that you can get, you know, go to the SmackDown Mall and buy like created character stuff, interests, all kind of things. Like it just has so much, it was so robust and it gives you more bang for your buck than NWO Revenge. You know, obviously that came out previous to No Mercy, but if you're going to compare the two just off of that, then also you had other moves and stuff. You could fight backstage in the boiler room, in the locker room, over in the pool hall. It's so many things you can do in this game that you cannot do in NWO Revenge. And also, whatever character that you have in Revenge, you can just create them in No Mercy. Now, the one thing that No Mercy did not have, that Revenge did have, is they had this thing. It was like a combo system. Like if like depending on the character you pick, like I created like not I didn't create, but it was like certain characters like Akai Man or AKI Man or whatever. If you grab somebody or Hanzo or whatever, if you strong grapple them and push a certain button, you got like a certain timer where you can do like a combination, like a punch, a kick. You know, it's like a combination type of thing. I can't really explain it, but I thought that was kind of cool. But that just wasn't enough to beat the content in No Mercy. And content to me is king. It's the same system, but one has more content. It's the exact same thing that I say. Like people love like 007 a lot, GoldenEye, which I do and is near and dear to my heart. But personally, if you ask me, Perfect Dark is the more superior game because it has all the engine that 007 has that was developed by Rare. But you also get all this extra content, of course, with the expansion pack, which I had because we had Donkey Kong 64. So it came with that game. But you have all these new levels. You even can basically kind of create your own character. Then you got like all these different challenges. You got all these different guns. You have all these secondary fires on these guns that you don't have in 007. So it's kind of the same thing as that. I mean, let me know what you guys think. Which one is the better game for you guys? What was your favorite character? Were you any of you guys Viscera players? Were you guys medium players? Were you guys playing as the Blue Meanie or anything like that? Let me know in the comment section. I know Blue Meanie was in WrestleMania 2000, but was he in No Mercy? I don't know. I used the creative player in No Mercy. I didn't really use the actual roster. I've always just used the creative character. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Salute. Peace. Have a good day.